Guys, I'm about to tell you something crazy. And please listen, because you're going to want to hear this. Something that's going to blow your mind. It's something that you're not going to believe. And you're going to think to yourself, there's no way he's doing this. I mean, am I crazy? Am I really in my lifetime going to witness this? And I'm proud to say that Saturday night in Orlando, December 3rd, Stephen Wonderboy Thompson will be walking out with Jack Black. Now, a lot of your minds have been blown. What? No way. And let me tell you guys, this will be the first time, and it'll probably be the only time that I will see Jack Black with my own eyes in person. And god damn it, am I excited, but this video isn't about that. My god, is that cool, but this video isn't about that, guys. This video is about Stephen Thompson. And we're going to be talking about his most recent interview or appearance. His most recent appearance that came out a few hours ago. It was in this video right here at the top. UFC Journey Part 1. Stephen Thompson versus Kevin Holland. Full episode. It's posted to the ESPN MMA YouTube channel. I recommend you go give it a watch. It's a very good video. Very interesting. It gets you, kind of invested in the fighters. Gets you looking at their goals, what they're going for, why they're here right now, their backstories, their last few fights, why this fight is different. A lot of things of that matter. A lot of things related to that. And what I want to talk about here is something Stephen Thompson was talking about in one of these interviews here, where he was discussing his fight with Kevin Holland. And I wanted to talk about it as well, because I think apart from the Jack Black walkout, this is probably the second most surprising thing that Stephen Thompson has announced recently. And I probably can't show you the video because I'll probably get in some kind of trouble for showing an ESPN content on my video. So I'm just gonna talk about it, and you're gonna have to take my word for it. If you want to see it for yourself, just watch the video. I mean, it's a good one. I recommend you give it a watch. But Wonder Boy announced, or he said that if he wins this fight with Kevin Holland, in his own words, it'll only take me 3 more fights to get to that title shot. Now, Stephen Thompson, let me remind you. I want you to read this age right here. 40. No, not 40. That's my bad. He's 39, pushing 40. This is an Octagon debut. He's been fighting for over a decade, almost 11 years. His birthday is in February as well, so he is way closer to 40 than we actually imagined. And for him to then go on and say that after this fight, he wins this fight, it just takes him 3 more fights to get to that title, it gets you thinking. Stephen Thompson wins this fight, then what? Then what? Does he keep fighting at age 40 to try to go for that title? And it gets you thinking even more, like can you really come off of a 2-fight losing streak like that and then come back to beat either these same guys or other guys at the top 5 of welterweight? Because keep in mind, Stephen Thompson is still number 6. And Bilal Muhammad being now number 4 and Burns being number 5. Does he rematch them? Does he fight Usman? Does he beat Usman? Does he beat Does he beat Colby? Does he beat Chimaev? I mean, realistically, what is Stephen Thompson's future look like if he wins? And why does he want to do this? Why does he, at age 40, does he still have that dream to become the champion of welterweight? I mean, first of all, that's just having that mindset. You know, being a fighter, you gotta have that mindset, you know, that you'll always compete at the best and that you'll never give up and that you'll always reach for your dreams no matter what. No matter what losing streak, no matter the circumstances, that you'll always try to come back from that. And his reasoning was UFC 205. Or was it 202? It was 202 or 205. I think it was UFC 205. Stephen Thompson challenges for the welterweight title against Tyron Woodley. He doesn't get it, but he shows good heart in that fight. Close fight. And then he rematches Woodley to try to get another crack at that title. Even though Woodley was very reluctant to do it, Wonder Boy was able to get that rematch. He loses this time, and he, after the second attempt to try to get that title, he does not get it. After that, his career has been a little bit rocky. It's been kind of back and forth. There hasn't been too much direction in his career since then. So you'd think that, well, okay, there's wins and losses, you know, here and there. His record's been kind of weird. He's been winning and losing. He's been winning some. He's been losing some. Still a legend of the sport. Still in the top 10 of the welterweights. But he's, in the eyes of many fans, he's just there to fight. He's not there to try to go for any title. But Stephen Thompson believes that if he just wins a few more fights, he'll be back on track for that title. Now, theoretically, if, let's say this were to happen, let's say he were to beat 3 guys in the top 5 of welterweight. Don't know who those guys would be. No idea. But let's say he does it at age 40, 41, 42. When would he fight for that belt, and who would he challenge for that belt? It's an interesting question. Let's say he probably were to get that title shot. It'd probably be in 2025, 2026. But by then, Stephen Thompson is already in his early 40s. And let me remind you, in the top 5 of welterweight, I mean, do I need to go back to it? Let me just, hey, I mean, you all know, but at the top 5 of welterweight, I mean, just look. Leon Rocky Edwards, Kamaru Usman, Colby Covington, Chimaev, Bilal Muhammad, and Gilbert Burns, which Muhammad and Burns already beat Stephen Thompson in kind of dominant fashion. Boring fights, but dominant fashion nonetheless. Let's say Thompson somehow beats Holland. Okay, he'll stay at number 6 likely. Let's say he does get those 3 more fights. Who would they be against, first of all? And second of all, would he beat them? Well, the Muhammad fight already happened and the Burns fight already happened, and these fights are likely not to happen again. So Thompson would then have to shoot for the top 3. And who out of the top 3 does Stephen Thompson beat? And we're talking about a Stephen Thompson out of his prime, pushing 40, but still with the hopes and the aspirations to get that title shot once again. Does Stephen Thompson have what it takes? Is Stephen Thompson able to get that title shot once again? Is Stephen Thompson able to win the title for the first time? And I hate to be the hater. I hate to be that guy. But in my opinion, the way I'm seeing things right now, I just think the answer is no. I think it's great that Stephen Thompson is trying to get his back. He's trying to prove himself, not only to others but also to himself. It makes sense, but we have to think realistically. Is it likely to happen? I mean, is he likely to beat Kevin Holland? Yes, he has a good chance of doing that. Does he have a good chance of beating anybody currently in the welterweight top 5? And I mean, you can formulate your own opinion. I'm not telling you how to think. I'm just giving you what he said and my thoughts, obviously. But let's say Stephen Thompson proves me wrong. Awesome. I'm glad he does. In 2025, I'm glad he proves me wrong, because that'll be the ultimate comeback story. It'll be heartfelt. It'll be amazing. But in my opinion, does that happen? Do I think that will happen? And I think not, sadly.